One single Saturday, 3 games could completely rewrite the NRLW ladder, shatter finals hopes, and crown unexpected heroes. That's right, Raiders v Tigers, Dragons v Warriors, Cowboys v Roosters. These aren't just matches, they're potential season-defining wars. And here's the kicker, the outcomes might shock you. Before we dive deep, make sure you stick around because one of these clashes could very well be the biggest upset of the entire NRLW season. And if you love footy stories that go beyond the scoreboard, don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell for all your updates from Aussie NRL updates. The day begins with Canberra Raiders taking on the West's Tigers. Now, let's paint the scene. The Raiders, with their brutal forward pack and electric edges, have shown glimpses of a team that can bully opponents into submission. But here's the twist. The Tigers, despite sitting lower on the ladder, have this uncanny ability to drag games into unpredictable territory. Remember their last clash? The Raiders looked comfortable, then suddenly the Tigers clawed back, turning the game into a thriller. That's the kind of chaos Wests thrive on. They're scrappy, they're stubborn, and they refuse to roll over. Key battle. Zohara Tamara steering the Raiders with her calm leadership versus the Tigers' halves who love rolling the dice. Raiders power through the middle against the Tigers' unpredictable shifts to the edges. But here's where it gets spicy. If the Raiders underestimate the Tigers, this could explode into one of the biggest shock losses of the season. And if the Tigers pull this off, the finals equation suddenly looks different not just for them, but for several teams hovering in that mid-table traffic jam. So the question is, will Canberra flex their muscle and send a message? Or will the Tigers be the storm that ruins their party? And here's the cliffhanger. One player in this game is carrying a quiet injury cloud, and if she falters, it could flip the result in an instant. If the first game is a war of attrition, the second is pure drama. The Dragons versus the Warriors. 2 teams that have been unpredictable all year, sometimes brilliant, sometimes baffling. The Dragons, known for their attacking flair. They've got stars who can break the line at will. But the Warriors? They've got grit. They're that team who, even when written off, fight back with heart. Think about it, earlier this season, the Warriors pulled off a win that nobody saw coming. A gritty, last-minute miracle that left fans stunned. Could they repeat that against the Dragons? Here's what makes this clash fascinating. The Warriors pack has been underestimated all year. If they win the middle, suddenly their halves get time and space. And if their halves get time, the Dragons' shaky defense on the edges could be brutally exposed. But on the flip side, the Dragons' outside backs. Lightning quick, sharp in broken play, and lethal if they're given room. All it takes is one intercept, one line break, and the Warriors' dreams could vanish in a flash. Now, here's the surprise. Insiders are whispering about a tactical shift from the Dragons, something they've been holding back for weeks. If they unleash it against the Warriors, we might see a completely different version of the Red V, one built not just on flair, but on ruthless control. So who takes this one? Do the Dragons finally live up to their potential? Or will the Warriors once again prove that they're the competition's ultimate disruptors? This game could come down to a single conversion. Imagine that, 70 minutes of brutal footy, and one kick decides it. And then, the game everyone's circling. Cowboys versus Roosters. North Queensland's brave campaign against the powerhouse of women's rugby league. But we'll hold that for part 2. Because trust me, this clash isn't just about competition points. It's about pride, survival, and the Roosters' chance to cement themselves as unstoppable heading into finals. Stay tuned, because what unfolds in this one might just change how we see the NRLW season entirely. If you're enjoying this breakdown and want every twist, upset, and final shocker delivered straight to you, this is your reminder to hit subscribe to Aussie NRL updates. We're just getting started, and the best drama is still to come. Here we go. Cowboys v Roosters. At first glance, you'd think the Roosters walked this one in. Star-studded lineup, relentless attack, championship pedigree. But here's the problem, the Cowboys don't care about reputations. This is a team that's been building something special. They've copped losses, sure, but every defeat has made them tougher. And when they click, they're dangerous. The Roosters know it, and that's why they're not treating this as a stroll in the park. Key matchup. Zohara Tamara's leadership for the Roosters, yes, she's versatile across both comps against the Cowboys' young guns who are desperate to make their mark. The Roosters' slick backline moves against the Cowboys' scrambling, never-say-die defense. And here's a twist, the Cowboys at home? They feed off the crowd. Momentum swings differently when the faithful are roaring, and the Roosters have shown at times they can wobble when the pressure mounts away from Sydney. So picture this, it's late in the second half, scores locked, and the Cowboys suddenly break the line. That's the kind of chaos that can bury even the most polished sides. But let's not pretend the Roosters aren't a machine. They're ruthless, they're clinical, and when they sense weakness, they pounce. Their ability to rack up points quickly is unmatched. If they smell blood early, this game could get ugly for the Cowboys. So what's it going to be? A Roosters demolition, or a Cowboys ambush that shakes the ladder? Now, let's zoom out. These 3 Saturday games aren't just individual battles. They're threads in a much bigger story. Finals are on the horizon. Every result from Raiders v Tigers, Dragons v Warriors, and Cowboys v Roosters has a ripple effect. If the Tigers upset the Raiders, suddenly Canberra's finals hopes wobble. If the Warriors topple the Dragons, the mid-table logjam tightens even further. And if the Cowboys shock the Roosters? The entire top 4 equation explodes. This is why NRLW Saturday matters. It's not just about today.